Okay, let's get started. People at the back, hi. Hello. Hi. Okay, yeah. From the top, do cut this out. But I'd love to engage with everyone. How's everyone doing today? Woohoo! 3 cheers for your school. In it. In it. In it. All right. So with that, then I will get started. You can, from the record, you can cut all of this out. But yeah, much love to each one of you, and absolutely delighted to meet you and be here. So here we go. Where there is will, there are many ways. Where there is a challenge, there are many solutions. Where there is a difficult time, we get a message. And the message is to show courage. Courage? What is courage? Well, there is courage that begins with a capital C, the one that all of us are aware of. The heroic acts, the armed forces who protect us so we can breathe with ease and comfort. The firefighters and all those heroic acts that we experience that are actually recognized as awesome and amazing for the act of bravery. And then there is the courage with a small c. Courage with a small c goes out to each one of us. Courage with a small c. Think of the time when you were sitting in the class as a little child. You need to raise your hand and say, I want to share something. Or courage to go up to the teachers and say,
sorry ma'am, I did not complete my homework.
Or takes courage to go up and tell your parents, I bunked the class, now ma'am has asked you to sign this letter. All of that calls for courage. And my life has been full of that small courage. Courage small, starting with a not the capital C, but the small c. Friends, my name is Madhu Sharma, and I happen to be totally blind since birth. The courage that I've experienced has been instilled in me through my upbringing, and I will share with you a couple of stories that actually go to show how I have come up with this philosophy of courage and actually lived my life with courage, which encourages each one of you to find your courage. The courage that you can demonstrate day in and day out. The courage with which you can bring an impact. I'm reminded of this time way back in my life. I'm forever 21, not that old, but yeah. Way back, when I was growing up, I went to school and I studied through an integrated system of education. I went to a school called National Association for the Blind, Delhi. Through there, I went to Delhi Public School, Akkepuram. Now, in grade 10, summer vacation, I was studying computer course. I was taking up a computer course to learn and sharpen my skills of using assistive technology and using the computer as a blind user. This is a story where my dad showed courage and gave me courage. When we used to go to this computer class, my sister and I, who's elder to me, also blind, our father would drop us to the school on his way to office. And when he would do that, he actually had to drop us, get off his bus, the bus that would take him to his office, walk us to the school, National Association for the Blind, and then take another bus to go to his office. In the process, he may at times get delayed as well. I was thinking to my mind, what do I do? My dad gets delayed and this is not good. And will my parents hold my hand every day and take me where I need to go? Is there something that I can do about it? So I asked my dad, I told my dad that if he could let us walk on our own. I had acquired the mobility skill training, so I told my dad, for a few days, watch us from behind. Get dropped with us, get down from the bus with us, but watch us from behind, my sister and I, as I tapped my white cane along the road and found my way to the National Association for the Blind. It was hard for my parents to accept. My mom, my dad both thought, blind girls, blind girls, pretty blind girls. How should we leave them on their own? But then my parents thought that if she says this, let's give it a chance. With immense courage, they let us speak. Day one, we walked and we found our way. We struggled somewhere in between, but we got to the school and there were people around to help. This was one instruction that I had told my dad, do not guide us if you find us struggling, just watch as a guardian from behind. He did exactly that. In 3 days, he was confident that we have the courage and we can do it. That day and today, I have traveled not the country but the world independently, not being limited by anything. And that I owe to this courage with a small c, where I had the himmat, the courage to ask my dad to let me be on my own. And the courage that he showed to let me be on my own. Courage continued, and these challenges come in manifold, in multiple ways. I faced many challenges where I had to demonstrate courage even at school, in the education system. I wanted to study psychology in college, but I couldn't because I was told that I am blind and I can't do practicals and hence I can't study psychology. So I took up the next best subject. I studied English and I continued learning more about people through experiences. Another story that I'm reminded of, which actually helps us understand that, you see, where there are challenges, there is will, there are ways. Being blind, something as simple as signing can be very difficult. I did not know how to sign my name. And when I started my job, I had to open a bank account. Now when I opened my bank account, they told me that they won't give me, the bank authorities told me that they will not give me a checkbook and they will not give me an ATM card. Imagine the money that I earn, I can't get it for myself. On my own, I need someone to walk with me to the branch. I was heartbroken. What did I do? I went back home, cried, wiped my tears, took a notebook, took the guidance from my parents and my younger sibling who can see to help me sign. I signed pages after pages after pages after pages and mastered signing. And then went to another bank, opened a bank account, got my checkbook, got my ATM card. That's how I navigated through it. What did it take? Courage with a small c. These are some stories, and this courage, actually, I went on to expand it as an acronym as well. So, for us to learn, courage is not just about these small acts that I shared. It is also an acronym that expands into something beautiful that helps me learn some important lessons. And as I share these with you, do think of courage that you demonstrate in your life. I demonstrated by encouraging my dad to make me independent, to signing pages so I mastered the signature, to taking a course that actually I did not want, my second choice, and yet learning more about people, which actually shaped my career into a leadership development and then now a DEI professional, diversity, equity, inclusion professional. Courage, my friends, expands as C stands for curiosity. We are young minds, and young minds have got to be curious, and I've been curious along the way. Curious to ensure to get answers, curious about how things go on. I have a son. My son is in the age group of you all, many of you sitting here. My son is 17 and he's in grade 12. When he was little, I was curious to know how I could make it an enabling and an engaging experience of growing up for him. Being blind, I didn't know how to parent him. I was curious to know how can I show him a lion, and then he says,
Oh, I know what a lion looks like.
how could I do that? How can I show him pictures and narrate stories to him? So I bought Braille books with pictures in it. And I read Braille, the story in Braille, and I showed him the pictures. I also went on to make-believe games because of this curiosity. And my theatrical skills, my drama skills, I was able to mimic a lot of things and play make-believe games. That I bought soft toys for him to make him recognize what is how does an elephant look like, how does a lion look like. To one day when he pointed in the TV screen and said, Mama, it's a lion! That was a quick win, a big win for me. Being blind, me being able to teach him, show him what a lion looks like. O stands for open to learning and new experiences. Being open to whatever comes my way. When I did not get an opportunity to study psychology, I was open to learning new subject, and I was open to embracing new career that came my way. I learned so much about people in my career that no degree actually could ever teach me. So I don't now regret having studied psychology. I also learned that having regrets never helps us. Going along and living each moment really does. I am open to whatever comes my way. I don't know, I have no degree in technical skills, but I have been a software tester and learned so much of technology that makes me independent in whatever I do. I went on to expand you in the courage piece. U stands for understanding. Understanding of what society entails. Understanding of what situation entails. Understanding why is something that's happening today, what is the purpose behind it, what is the reason for it. I understood the challenges that the society has in mind. I understand that people don't know my potential, and hence I take it on me to expand people's horizon and help people understand what it takes to live life with blindness, live life with a disability, live life in general with courage and giving wings to your dreams. So that's the understanding. You can gain an understanding of what you want. You can gain an understanding of your potential. You can gain understanding of your small and hidden talents, potentials that you have. You can gain an understanding of your own weaknesses and limitations as well. R, my friends, stands for resilience. I cried, remember, when I could not sign, but getting back up on my feet and getting things done is resilience. There have been many circumstances where I've given my feelings, let my feelings out, brought them face to face, addressed them, and then gotten back to life. Yes, there are situations you may not get what exactly you want, or someone else thinks you want. Think through what you can do, what potential you have, and have the resilience to bounce from the failures that you may face. A, my friends, stands for ask for help. Be open to help. You don't need to take everything on your shoulders. I need to solve for this on my own. No. The world is there to help you. The society is there to help you. I've always asked for help whenever I struggled since childhood. When I was little, I did not have accessible material. I literally had to print my own books. Accessible material means that anyone can read, write or access that material, make use of that material. So the material when I was growing up, study material, was not available in Braille or in e-text. And I had to literally ask my friends or teachers to write it down for me, to dictate it to me or to record it for me. And I value that help. I absolutely get a lot of help from my colleagues, from my parents, from my siblings, from people in general. Embrace that help. Do not hesitate to take help. And G then stands for gratitude. Gratitude for the help that comes our way. I am grateful for who I am. I am grateful to my parents. I am grateful to the disability that I got. Because then I am able to make changes, open doors for so many others like me. And we can all be grateful for whatever comes our way. E stands for empathy. Empathy for what you see around you. Empathy for the lack of understanding that people have. And move that empathy towards compassion. Help bridge that gap. Empathy can actually help us look things from a very different perspective. A lot of the times we think, someone did wrong to me, but no one is doing wrong to us. It is their perception, their paradigm, which we can question. And this COURAGE has actually helped me turn these small courages, small challenges, small difficulties into small victories and help me live my life. To conclude, I want all of us to embrace yourself. Give yourself a hug. Your left hand on the right shoulder, right hand on the left shoulder. Give yourself a hug and a pat on the back and say, I accept myself with all the flaws and strengths, and I promise to take little steps. I promise to have the courage to do things my way, and you surely can. My friends, courage is there in each one of you, and you all can make meaningful impact. Turn small ideas into big initiatives. Turn right now in the moment goals into realities. Have a bright future. You have the potential, the courage, the brightness that shines much, much brighter than you think you do. So love yourself, embrace yourself, take those little steps and believe in those small acts of courage day in and day out, and the destiny, the victory is all yours. Thank you.